So here, what we are discussing is, so this is the charged conductor. Their ds is small area element. So we are considering the point P very near to the charged conductor. The direction of ds bar is as shown in the figure. So here the electric field strength is perpendicular to this surface E bar direction like this. Hence, what is E bar dot es bar? So before that, charge on area element, ds dq is equal to sigma ds. Therefore, flux through that area element, ds is given by E bar dot ds bar, that equal to eds. So therefore, according to from Gauss law, the total flux through this entire surface is given by closed integral E bar dot ds bar, that is called q by epsilon naught, where q is the charge on this conductor, q by epsilon naught. So this is the flux through the small area element ds. Now the total flux through the entire surface, closed integral E bar dot s is equal to 0, equal to q by epsilon naught. Surface integral E ds is equal to q by epsilon naught E into closed integral ds equal to q by epsilon naught E. The total surface area equal to A. Here A is the area of the surface of charged conductor by q by epsilon naught. But the charge q, since we have the charge density sigma equal to q by A, from this q is equal to sigma A, substituting that EA equal to sigma A by epsilon naught. Therefore, the field strength at a point very near to the charged conductor equals sigma by epsilon naught. Okay, so this is the required expression for electric field strength at just near point to the charged conductor. The next content we are going to the present is force acting on the surface of a charged conductor, on the surface of a charged conductor. Okay, so for this force acting on the surface of a charged conductor, regarding this, let us consider this diagram, same diagram, right? So this is a small area element ds near to a point P. Now let P1, P2 be the 2 points on either side of this small area element ds. Okay, at this point, the electric field even be the electric field at these points P1 and P2 due to the small area element. So I am writing this E1 bar direction like this, E2 bar direction, E1 bar direction like this. Electric field strength due to the small area element at the point P1, E1 bar is upward direction. At the point P2, E1 bar direction lies like this. But the field due to the remaining part of the conductor at this point, so I am showing E2 bar here, E2 bar direction is like this, right? So let us suppose that the surface charge density of the conductor sigma equal to q by A, where A is the total surface area, total surface area of the conductor, q the charge distributed on the conductor. Now, first, let us see the point P1. There, the both E1 and E2 are acting in the same direction. That's why at point P1, the total field strength is given by equal to E1 plus E2. E1 plus E2. E bar equal E1 bar plus E2 bar. Since E1, E2 are in the same direction, the total field strength due to the small area element and field due to the remaining part of the conductor, we are adding. E is equal E1 plus E2, but that should be equal to what? According to the previous derivation, that should be equal to sigma by epsilon naught, equation 1. Right. Now, you consider the point P2. At point P2, we can say that here E1, E2 are in the opposite direction, right? But inside the charge conductor, the total field strength is 0. We know that E is equal to minus E1 plus E2. That should be equals to 0. Implies E1 is equals to E2. That equal to what? From the equation 1, we can write sigma by 2 epsilon naught, equation 2. Right? Inside the charge conductor, electric field doesn't exist. Therefore, E1 minus E1 plus E2 should be equals to 0, or E1 bar plus E2 bar must